it's me, Daryl, Florida Catholic guy, out walking with the dog. Been a few days since I made a video, and got Biden's first job report. 800,000 filed unemployment. That's more than during the 2008 recession. Doing a great job there, Joe. And really sad news. Lost Rush Limbaugh yesterday. I'm sure most of you heard. I pretty much grew up listening to Rush. I think maybe I didn't tell the story about how a teacher of mine in high school turned me on to Rush. He, of course, like most young skulls full of mush, like Rush used to say, I was a Democrat. Hard to believe, isn't it? When I was in high school. And, of course, I gotta be honest. The Democrats back then, you're talking late 80s. Well, they still were wrong about policy. They weren't like they are now. I mean, I've never heard of anything like this now. I mean, back then, Democrats and Republicans, we could be friends. Now, I lost my best friend from growing up. A couple of weeks ago, he blocked me after I asked him. Well, let's just say I didn't ask him in a nice way, but in fact, it wasn't really asking. I sent him the story of Biden raising the insulin prices, and I say, is this what you support? Is this what you voted for? And after I said that, he blocked me. Because I had hit him on something else earlier in the week, something that Biden did, and he says, you gotta stop. And of course, I don't stop. Not when it comes to the direction of this country. And you know, it's been building for a long time, this divide, as the Democrats go more towards socialism. You know, and that's what they are. Actually, they're going more toward communism than socialism, of course. Socialism almost always leads to communism. And, you know, we're seeing that with big tech censoring everything. But anyway, I've talked about that. You know, let's talk about Rush. So this high school teacher says, I want you to listen to somebody. And he gave me some, I think there were VHS tapes of his, when he had his TV show. And I watched him, and yeah, it took a while, a few years, but I became a ditto head. And yeah, so there'll never be another Rush. You know, he was a pioneer. He's, you know, all these guys that I listen to, like Hannity and Mark Levin and everything, they all have Rush to thank for their success. And they'll even admit that. They'll even say that. Because it's true, he was a pioneer, and he'd be sadly missed. And found out something interesting when he first started on his radio show. He was a atheist, and of course over the years I guess he became a born-again Christian. And I know he wasn't Catholic, but he did have a lot of good things to say about the Catholic Church. So he will be greatly missed. So a couple of, let's see, what else do I want to hit on? Hi. Let's see. Texas. Oh yeah. People in Texas probably know this, but of course they've been getting that freezing cold snap with snow and everything else. It's cut off people's power, and the biggest reason for the power outages have been, people don't know this, but about, I think it was like 46 or 47, oh shoot, I didn't bring my thing. I'm gonna have to go get a bag from the see if I can get a bag from over here. Shadow. Let's go. Let's go. Back this way. At least he did it close enough to where it wasn't a big deal to go back for a bag. All right, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, all right, so now I'm back with you. Yeah, what was I saying? Well, anyway, we have a new restriction. Oh, I was talking about the windmills in Texas. Something like 44% of the power in Texas comes from wind. And, well, when the cold snap hit and the ice and the snow froze up all the windmills. And in fairness, they did have trouble at the fossil fuel plants as well, which contributed. But the biggest issue was from the windmills getting seized up. But the left doesn't want you to talk about that. They call that fake news. But it's not. It happened. And like I said, it's the same with all the fuels, but the windmills did get frozen. Texas does get over 40% of its power from windmills, and that went down to about 20%. And hence you have major power outages. So think about that when the left wants to do their green communist deal. That next time it'll be you living without power for 2-3 days or more. I mean, it already happens down here in Florida with hurricanes, but you know, it's a storm issue, not a power supply issue. But anyway, that's that. And so what I was saying before, we got a new restriction here where I live. We can only run our lawn sprinklers 1 day a week. For me, that's Friday. And if we do it more than that, we can be fined. They claim it's because of water pressure and all the new growth in the area and all that. And, you know, there's not enough water pressure for firefighting and everything. I think it's bullshit, but it's gonna kill the grass because the type of grass we got down here needs at least 3 days a week of watering. And now this is our dry period, so the only time we get rain usually is when we get a cold front, which of course we're getting one tonight. So I don't want you taking a shit. I don't have a bag. You already took one. But anyway, so I can only water the lawn once a week. I guess the only good news is at least the water bill will be lower. But they say they're fixing the new infrastructure or something, putting new whatever they need, pipes or whatever, pumps or whatever they need to do to fix the water pressure. But it's going to be probably at least a year. The restriction lasts until I think December of this year, which at that time they'll probably either renew it, or if they've built the infrastructure, maybe they'll lift it. But grass isn't going to be as green as it used to be. But, this is what happens. Of course, the county commission down here in Hillsborough County, they're all Democrats, so they can't wait to control everybody's lives. This is what happens when Democrats get put in office. And, they're even turning Florida to crap now. But it is what it is. Do what we can do. The HOA really can't fine us because if you can't water the grass, you can't get it green. So who knows? Hopefully when summer comes, we usually get enough rain. Usually during the summer, I hardly ever have to water the lawn. So let's hope we get some good rain this summer. That would be good. Last year we didn't get much rain during the summer compared to normal. But we made up for all of it when we had a tropical storm that came through at the the fall, mid September or October, somewhere around there. Maybe it was November, I don't know. But we got a lot of rain with that, which was good, because it's not good to get 8 to 10 inches of rain. It's not good to get 8 to 10 inches of rain all at once, but at least it stopped the drought anyway. But anyway, today was a nice day. Got into the 80s. Some sun, some clouds. But nice breeze. Humid. Dew points up around 70, which that's summertime air, but with the breeze and everything, it doesn't feel as hot as the summertime. Of course, it's not as hot. Usually, summertime it would be about 95 instead of 85. So tonight we got probably more toward morning into tomorrow. Got another cold front coming through. We'll be back in the 60s during the day and 40s at night. That's part of that Arctic blast that everybody else is getting. At least it's not going to be as cold as what everybody else is getting. 60s we can handle. You don't want none of that 30s stuff that Texas got. Sometimes you get 30s at night, but they're getting 30s during the day. But anyway, I'm hanging in there. I'm still got the blahs sometime, but it is what it is. As bad as this sounds, I do hope Biden makes it to 4 years, because Kamala would be worse, 100 times worse. Of course, now Joe Biden wants to go to war against the NRA, and But what he really means is he wants to go to war against the Second Amendment. I've seen his plans, and let's just say if he should get his way, hopefully the Supreme Court will reverse him. But if not, a lot of us are going to be felons. Well, I guess we're not really felons unless we get convicted, but who knows what this clown is going to do in office, along with the clowns in Congress. Like they say, elect a clown, expect a circus. And that's what we got. Anyway, I'm almost home, so good night, God bless you, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.